Hi, I'm Karina Tech Lineback, author of Scolio Pilates, and the YouTube video that we've done for seated corrections for scoliosis has been really popular. So I wanted to give you seated corrections, but with the actual exercises that you can do with it. So to get set up when you're sitting down with your computer or wherever you happen to be, go ahead and use your wedge. It's going to go under the side of the lumbar convexity. So for me, my lumbar muscles are a little bit bumped out on the left. That's my convexity, so that's where my pad is going to go. Make sure it doesn't cross the hip line. And then to review the seated corrections, go ahead and watch that other video. I'll put a link here for you. But very quickly, this goes under here, under my left hip. To lift it up, I'm going to push down on my right hip and pull back on it so it comes back a little bit. My right rib cage, which is where my thoracic or mid-back convexity is going to pop forward and glide, and then my hand goes on my shoulder and I'm going to glide over to the left. From here, when you're working on your computer, you can continue to focus on keeping the right hip down and back, and then just the mere fact that you're holding this position is going to be a lot of work, and there'll be a lot of connections that are changing in your spine. What I'd like you to do to add on top of that is to focus on deep breathing. And when you inhale, focus on filling up the left lung with air and then exhaling back down. When you inhale, specifically focus on the back of the ribs. Too often, the diaphragm pulls up in the front and the back collapses, but I want you to pull up in the back as well. Okay, and then from there, as you're working away, you can add little strengthening techniques to what you're doing in order to get the strength working for you in this position. Because the idea, remember, is to put yourself in the position that you want, which is what we've done, and then add strengthening to that position. Breathing does that. Breathing is a strengthening exercise. So let's just do 3 more breaths here. You're going to inhale, expand into the back of the ribs, specifically the side that's flat, and then exhale. Exhale completely so that your stomach, you'll feel your stomach tighten up. Twice more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale into the back of the ribs and exhale completely. To add very easy strengthening while you're at your computer or while you're working, you can lift one leg up. It's going to make the abdominals and the spine muscles contract, and then back down. And then you can lift the right leg up. So just back and forth. And if you hear some whining over there, it's Gus. He's wandered out of the frame, but not out of sound. There he is. So just lifting the legs back and forth, up and down. You can add a little bit more challenge to this by taking one hand to the opposite knee. So the knee lifts and you're pushing as hard as you can. It's an isometric. Good. So inhale, expand into the ribs. Exhale, push as hard as you can for 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Lift the leg up. Inhale into the ribs. And exhale, push. 3, 2, 1. Let's do that twice more. Inhale. And exhale, push. 3, 2, 1. And change legs. Inhale. And exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Good. That will be for all the core muscles of the spine, so front and back. For everyone, not just people with scoliosis, getting the shoulders open while you're working is always a good idea. So you can take the arms wide. I'll turn and face you just for a moment. I'll take my pad with me. So going wide here, opening the arms and closing. Now in terms of scoliosis, the arm that's opening is going to be more beneficial for the side where the rib convexity is. So for me, it's on the right. And the left side, it's going to be good for the shoulder. It's going to feel good there. But in terms of corrections, what you would probably rather do is to open the right arm and push on the chair with the left arm. So let's do that. So you're going to inhale, rest this arm, and then exhale and open. That's it. Good. Inhale, and then exhale, open. 3 more like that. Inhale, and exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling, and last time inhale, and exhaling. Then I'll turn and face the computer again. I'm going to do 3 more just so you can see what this arm is doing. So inhaling and pushing hard with the left hand, exhaling. Good puppy. Inhaling and exhale, push. Inhaling and exhale, push. One thing that's useful to remember is that when you're sitting, you're stretching the spine. So the best thing to do for that is to get up and walk around. If it's not practical, if you're in the middle of a meeting or you're on a long drive, then the best thing you can do is to take the hips back and the chest forward to get the back moving in the other direction. And then you're going to come back to center. 4 more. So curving in the opposite direction and coming back and curving. So we're trying to reverse the stretch. The stretch is happening because we're here and we're trying to get the muscles contracting. And back, and twice more, and forward, and back, and last time, go forward, and back. The last thing I'll share with you is an elongation exercise. Also, when you're sitting for a long time, the spine compresses, so it sinks and the vertebrae actually become a little closer together. So take your hands, clasp them. My hands are probably going to go out of frame on this one, but you'll get the idea. Take your arms straight up overhead and really reach for the ceiling. So I've clasped my hands, I've turned them inside out, and now the back of my hands, the palms are reaching for the sky. So inhale and exhale, reaching. Really reach. You're really trying to elongate the spine here. This is not a gentle stretch here. It's a really strong reach. And 3 more. Inhale, relax, and exhale. Squeeze all the muscles of the tummy when you exhale. Inhale. Squeeze all the muscles of the tummy when you exhale. Inhale and exhale, reach. Squeeze all the muscles of the stomach when you exhale. Good job. I think that'll do it. So that gives you several exercises. You can do more repetitions, but that gives you several exercises to do with your seated corrections at the computer or while you're sitting. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.